Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment, people. We're going to get into the Streamline community messages. Kerry, how you doing? Good morning to you. Sorry for getting back to you late. I've just got in, and it is 2:36 now while I'm doing this. And thank you very much. Have a blessed day. Happy Sunday, says Annette. Everyone in Marv. Hope you had a good weekend, Annette. Thank you for your input to the channel. And Kerry. Serendipity. I don't think those involved could care less about Jay's inquest, except Brad, who did the decent thing. I agree. I also think more people had followed the case after the documentary. You see new names in comments from the creators. I do agree, Marvin, with you that Jay may have gone sooner than we think. Justice for Jay. Serendipity. I totally agree. I think we were lied about this case a lot, a hell of a lot, personally, I think. And I do believe that MWT, I think that he originally took statements from Lucy, Brad, Brandon, and any other people that were with Jay as well, or friends within friends. And he was given a story. I think he looked at it, drafted up, and thought someone's lying here. And then when he went back and sort of talked to Lucy, Brad, Brandon on the phone. Lucy, Brandon, Ayub on the phone. I think that he actually realised that there's more to this than meets the eye. And it wouldn't surprise me whether he was threatened to leave that island at the end of the day because things were getting a bit hot out there under the collar. I truly believe that. And like I said, obviously he was pushing for information from Lucy, and she didn't want to spill any beans, but you could tell there was a hell of a lot on her mind. Jeremy says, Marvin, when was the missing person poster put up? By Lucy very early after Jay was deemed missing. This poster supposedly had hers and Debbie's number on it. Yes, this information will show us if it was possible for a troll to send Debbie the message when she landed. If the posters were already out there, then it's possible if those posters were put up after that time, then it's a legitimate question to ask, how did the person who sent the message to Debbie get her number? That's a very, very good point. That's a very good point. I personally think, I know what you're getting at, Jerry, and I respect that. But like I said, I'm thinking that it was someone who knew what happened to Jay, and this was about money. Because like I said, we don't know other conversations that probably Debbie had with people that were sending these messages, or gang, or mafia, or maybe sent to a son's phone or somewhere else a message that you've got to do this to get your son back. Do you see what I mean? Basically, it could go very, very many ways. But like I said, I agree that people tried to help or putting up posters with a number on it, and people did start ringing Debbie. But that was odd. I think it's quite bizarre for a troll just to do that right when Debbie landed. Don't forget, he hadn't been even missing 36 hours. Do you know what I mean? Thank you, Jeremy. Pinky Pip says the black and white picture of Jay that you see when you look at the main menu for videos looks a bit odd. It looks like somebody has drawn onto black eyes. Yeah, that's a really, really good point, Pinky Pup. Very, very good point indeed. Who says, no, me neither. I didn't follow them and don't recall it doing the rounds. The topical juice, yeah. I'm going to have to look into that more, people, at the end of the day, because I don't remember basically that film, Topical Juice, talking to Tom Hilton. Swivel says it just would be easy for them to take her off a ship. It sounds like Yellow was used to do this. The amount of collected photos of the women in the bag, you just have to well practice to accomplish more than one. That's a really good point, Swivels. Thank you very much for that. It's weird. It is really, really weird, I'd say. PGM says, thank you, Squibbles, for that. He's living in a fantasy world that this police clerk who wanted a load of money to find out where Amy was. I think it was a scam. He wanted cash. And like I said, didn't he break into the investigator's hotel to see whether that cash is in there? That's someone who's really, really desperate. Mike, how you doing? Morning, Marv. He was gone before everyone left Lancashire. They all knew he was gone. The GoFundMe was not needed really because he was gone, and Lucy should have told the police he had been kidnapped. Lucy sent a message saying they have taken him, and IE's and why's my fault? Why is it my fault? They wanted 30k by Monday, so the GoFundMe was set up by Lucy, and she had already told everyone he had been taken. His friends had not publicly reported this as a kidnap, so they could cash in ransom money from the GoFundMe. It's a text from Lucy, but a GoFundMe was set up. That is totally fraud and deception, or said, when she obviously knew they have taken him, and the WhatsApp message to Debbie to seal it. But even Debbie said it was trolls. WTF? When you get these messages, it's death. GoFundMe was searching for a life. Jay not looking for gangsters and kidnappers. That's a really, really good point. Very well put there, Mike. At the end of the day, so basically, if he was gone before everyone left Lancashire, that was bizarre. Maybe, like I said, that they didn't know. I'm thinking this, that they didn't know he was going to die at that time, but there was a possibility that Debbie knew he could get into some trouble because of the money he owed. That's what I'm thinking. I believe he probably went any time from the Saturday to Sunday morning, to be honest with you. I do think there's missing time, which AAP have said previously. Thank you, Mike. Great message there, my friend. Sweetie said she's not alive. She would have contacted the family. She was abducted and killed by that guy on the boat. Sweetie, that's a good point. But like I said, I mean, yeah, I personally don't think she is alive. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't. I mean, because like I said, I think the last sort of real sort of big talking point was 2016 or 2017. I read up, but there's been no sightings of her. She could have a family. She could be hiding away somewhere, but it's bizarre. I honestly do think she knows her mum, dad, and brother are going through a lot of heartache, missing to her, wondering where she is. But it is absolutely bizarre, to be honest with you, this case. But like I said, it's been, 10, 11 years since they've actually got some serious information about her. Is she still alive? I don't know. But there's a possibility she's not. But we've got to keep the case out there. I mean, I'm just going to put a video up of what her brother said, Brad, recently. He's absolutely exhausted about this case and talking about they want the FBI to release some documents on the case as well. But it's bizarre. And it just seemed like the family going around in circles at the moment. And obviously, this guy who said he was a police car knows where she is. And it just seems a lot of people just want a quick payday, to be honest. Lucy says, what we've got, CT, is a bunch of fibbing lawbreakers who knows only too well how to duck and dive. Who are these proficient in avoiding questions and giving into the overload and confuse everyone? Yeah, that's a really good point. Izzy Stevenson, hi Marvin, Jay was thrown over that cliff as the dogs could not find his scent. Sorry, but Jay was gone. He would have had multiple broken bones. So how was it he just hurt his head? Wrong. R.I.P. Jay. Thank you very much, Izzy. That is a really, really good point. I agree. It's bizarre to not even discuss the coroner and the doctor, not even basically discuss any other broken bones or bodies, basically neck breakages, ankles, legs. It's just absolutely bizarre. And like I said, his hands would have been cut up or wrists broken of that fall. It's absolutely bizarre. Really is. Tina Goonigal, same place outside of Tom H's head was bashed. I did read this yesterday, but it's very, very interesting. In coincidence, I think not. Wasn't the reason Jay and Posse jumped T. Haynes was because he was messing with young girls. Something like that was that I heard. It's I mean, this case never surprises me in anything which sometimes comes up. I'm still not letting go of Tom Hage actually being on that island and ended up. Look, his heavy involvement in this case is very suspicious, knowing what we know about him now, boats, etc., his connection to AAP's connection to Tom Hage, deceased father, Tom Milton's ex in a car, with a body bound outside the car where she was on the island at the same time Jay went missing can be proven. A picture Tom H himself posted on socials and quickly removed. His associates at the festivals, the Snapchat picture in the car, rounded nose, muscly shoulders, dent scar at the top of the bridge of the nose, similar hairstyle, the plea to the public on his socials to leave Jay's family alone and to find Jay. We've seen his public reaction to Jay on TikTok Live apparently weeks before NRG. Jay and Tom had a fight in Blackpool where they were both arrested. Don't know how true that is. I've heard that too, MySpace Tube. I stand to be corrected. He also, after getting away from where he was from and is working in hospitality, living on his own. I wonder why. Very interesting. Very interesting at the end of the day. Joe Jones says, boom, spot on. MySpace replying to Joe Jones. All correct, but not he's working away. Allegedly, he went into rehab in Scotland for rugs. Saw photos of him in a suit, which looked like he was working in a hotel. He has been back home recently. He may well be working up in Scotland. Who knows? Very interesting stuff there. And like I said, everybody's saying, like I said, it's Brandon's to blame. But like I said, there's so many people involved in this case as we go on. So they have a fight in Blackpool or somewhere and were arrested. Am I correct in saying that Lita Berra, late mother, was a Hilton? Yes, I think, was it Duncan who done some backtracking on the family like that? And basically he's there, definitely a relative. Who's who says yes, there is a connection there, MySpace Tube, definitely, and Joe. Who's who says yes, I read that too. So Brandon, the friend, turned up at Jay's funeral, then posted on his own Insta profile. Abe acknowledged it with a laugh. Abe refused to mention Brandon's name at all. His mate, my mate. I think if Jay was at the Airbnb lured in the pretense of there is a party, it happened inside. Industrial cleaners and a paint job were quickly arranged. Brandon left Tenerife Sharpies for a wedding back home. Yeah, who's who? That's a really, really good point. Who's who and Abe left presumably quickly to get married. Make it make sense. Yeah, interesting. Ossie will always be protected because of his brother Dylan, who's a big guy out there. Great point, Joe. Audrey, hi, does anyone on here know Duncan's channel as it's been suspended or taken down? It seems to me to have disappeared from my subscription. Oh, what's it? Duncan Smith is his new channel. Thank you, North Wesley Girl. Great video, Marvin. Thank you, Ian. I think it confirms a lot of stuff we already thought. I've also thought it looks like SW on the Three Monkeys picture. Remember, he went to Dublin roughly the same time as R&A, and I reckon they were explaining stuff to the Irish bosses. That's possibly true. There could be an interesting theory and connection there. But like I said, that's always been mentioned at the end of the day. But I do think when obviously the Irish cartel has brought up at the end of the day, it's definitely brought some other stuff out. User says, did you not hear the video of the Irish guy talking to Crying Lucy? He tells her to send me your location, Lucy Southern Island accent. Yeah, I did hear that, to be honest with you, but I don't know whether it was anything to do with the case, to be honest with you. Thank you very much, Clive, LTFC, Madeline Post, Pinky Angel, Nicola, Craig, Andy, user on 6B81, Squiggles, thank you, Vid001, Leaksy, the FYO, Jennifer Tonks, Mary, Marie McDonald, thank you. Good to hear from you. Dave Fletcher, Bulldog Guns, Official Kerry George, thank you. Ishi, Liz Harker, thank you very much. Ian, North Wesley Gill, Joe Jones, good to hear from you. Audrey, MySpace Tube, great message. The thing is, my MySpace Tube, MySpace Tube, it's very, very interesting because, like I said, the Tom H thing does actually fit every narrative that people will go on. Yes, we could look at elaborate things that could have happened to Jay. We know drugs were involved. We know there was a lot of dodgy people involved. But revenge is a very, very powerful thing. And what I've noticed is it's the massive topic of conversation when it is mentioned. Tom Hilton getting his revenge back on Jay. Tina Goonigal, Izzy Stevenson, Annette, thank you. Huzu, Swiddy, Mike Jakes, brilliant message. PJM, Swiggles, lovely to hear from you. Pinky Pup, Huzu, great message as usual. Pinky Pup, Jeremy, Serendipity, thank you for your input. Annette, and officially Kerry George. Thank you very much, people. Lots more to come. Thank you.